Forward to this.
Recording in progress.
Okay. All right, I'm so incredibly glad you're here with me today because this week the message on my heart is urgent and it's tender and it's meant directly for you. Last time we were together, we talked about what I believe is one of the most powerful four-letter words in our journey with God, come. It's powerful because it isn't spoken as a command. It's spoken as an invitation to rise, an invitation for hope, an invitation to trust, and an invitation to discover that there is more. There's a good four-letter word as well. We learn that God knows our name. In fact, he may even call us something different than the name written on our birth certificates. Sorry, there's something. Let me get those people in. Is everyone in who wants to be in? Admit all. Okay. Let me go back to where I was. So welcome. Just doing a recap of where we've been. And we were talking about how the invitation is for more. We learned that God knows our name. He even calls us perhaps something different than one that was created on our own birth certificate. And we learned that we can recognize his voice when we get quiet and the noise around us and we ignore that chatter that doesn't really matter. So as we learn that faith is usually stepping into something instead of, sorry, this is jumping all over. We learn that faith is usually stepping into something we can't yet see simply because we've heard the voice of the one who's calling us. But today we're going to ask a question. Every invitation has a destination, right? You get an invitation for a wedding and so on. And we're going to ask a different question this time. Still have more folks joining in. And that invitation is going to come from God. But before we answer that, I want to ask you something. If you had an invitation to sit and dine with absolutely anyone who's ever lived, from history, anyone alive today, a political figure, a movie star, an inventor, a scientist, an entertainer, a musician, who would that be? Maybe put it in the chat if you want. If you had to be able to sit with anybody, and wouldn't that conversation be incredible? Whoever you want. Now, let me stretch your imagination just a little farther. What if the invitation wasn't from your favorite author or your favorite athlete or your favorite speaker? What if it came from the creator of the galaxies, the author of life, the bright morning star, the Alpha and the Omega, the King of Kings, the inventor of all inventions, the one who imagined every sunrise, every mountain, every flower, every heartbeat, the one who knows it all. And his invitation simply said, come, your seat is waiting. Think about that for a moment. Have you ever walked into a crowded room like a conference or a busy restaurant and you feel a little anxious, wondering where you belong? I know last year when I went to the conference, I didn't really, I saw some people, I only knew Diane there, Diane Hunt, and I felt uncomfortable. I wanted to make sure, where am I going to fit in? Where's my seat? And it's wonderful when someone says, don't worry, I saved you a seat. Your seat's waiting. It's right here. So this week, the creator of the universe is looking at you, at me, and saying exactly that. Your seat is right here waiting for you. And we have a great passage of scripture that has comforted people for thousands of years. It's the line from Psalm 23. You might know some of them. The Lord is my shepherd. I'll fear no evil. Your rod and your staff comfort me. But right in the middle of these verses, David, who's a shepherd, and it's all these things about the pastures and outdoors, it shifts and it goes straight to a banquet. So Let's engage our imaginations right now. Imagination, I think, is one of the most spectacular gifts God has given us. So just close your eyes for a few seconds here, and picture the most magnificent, the most lavish, the most lovely, the most luxurious banquet you can imagine. It's not sparse, it's not a minimalist table if you're into that stretch. This is a table that's overflowing with the finest things. The linens are pure, beautiful. The lighting is warm and golden, and a feast is waiting, designed to delight every single one of your senses. It has all your favorites. No calories here. No, having to worry about anything. It's all right here waiting for you. Keep using that imagination. Now, understanding that what's being served at this table isn't just physical. God has set a table that serves exactly what your soul is starving for today. Take a deep breath. Breathe it in. Let the aroma, whether it would be warm, fresh bread or the hint of a Bordeaux wine, whatever it is, start to take in all with your senses, your imagination, visually seeing things. He's serving generous portions of love, a love that doesn't demand that you have to have earned it. It's a love that covers every mistake you made last week. Picture the most delicious sauce, right? This creamy, delicious, wonderful sauce being poured out on all last week's mistakes. No calories here, no chemicals. It's pesticide free. And he's serving up hope, crisp, fresh, and undeniable, reminding you that your future is absolutely secure. And he's pouring out peace, the kind of peace that passes human understanding, settling the anxiety that's in your chest right now for the bad report, for the things that are going on. Drink it up. Drink it up. It's intoxicating. It's vibrant. It's leading to a deep, bubbling joy. It's the most joyful, effervescent sensation you've ever had, and it's available alongside these rich reservoirs of understanding and wisdom. All the understanding and wisdom you're going to need throughout this week to make important decisions. And just like a beautiful runner on the table, running through all of this that's laid out for you is a profound, gentle compassion from end to end of the table. And here's what I think is the most beautiful part about the teaching today is that he didn't hire a catering crew to pull this together, and he didn't outsource the work. The King of Kings personally sets this table for you. He writes your name on the place card. He places the utensils required. He pours the drink and arranges the seats. He sets it all up, and then he doesn't just walk away. He pulls out your chair, sits you down, and says, I'm waiting to share this with you. I want to dine with you. Go back to whoever it was that you wanted to have a conversation with or have a dinner with, that famous person or whatever. Imagine them pulling out the seat for you, you sitting down, and they want to dine with you. You've had your heart set on dining with them, but they want to dine with you. Now, some of you might be listening to this and thinking, okay, Peggy, that sounds beautiful. It really does. But come on, you don't know what my Monday looks like. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know what's going on in my family. And you don't know the stress I'm under, the financial pressure. I don't have time to sit down at a luxurious banquet. I'm right in the middle of a battle. If that's you, lean in and listen closely. I want to take you back to the rest of Psalm 23. It's a song. Look at what David writes in verse 5. You prepare a table before me. Okay, we got that part. Now, the next part is, it's in the presence of my enemies. Think about the profound gravity of that imagery. David doesn't say, God, you cleared it all out, my enemies, you fixed every single problem, you give me a perfect thing, and then now we're going to dine together. No, 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 no. The battle is still raging. All the stuff is still going on. The critics are whispering. The circumstances in life haven't changed. It's still there. Those dire situations are still there. Let me tune in. Somebody else just joined in. Where are you? Okay. Let me get back to where I was. They've joined in now, and it's before the enemies. Whoa! And you know what? This is so cool because why does he do that? Why does he lay it out in front of our enemies? I think it's because he wants your enemies, whether the enemy is fear, whether it's doubt, whether it's sickness, whether it's death, whether it's an old habit, whether it's anxiety, or if it's a literal person opposing you, he wants to see exactly how well cared for you are by your Father. Whew. In front of your enemy, sitting down at God's table in the middle of a trial is the ultimate act of holy defiance. Who? It tells the world and the enemy, you don't dictate my peace. You don't control my joy. My Father has supplied all my needs according to his riches and glory. And I'm going to sit here, rest, and enjoy the goodness that's right in front of my face, right at this table. You don't have to wait for life to become perfect to experience the lavish goodness of God. He's offering you the feast right now, today, right in the middle of the mess. He desires intimacy with you. He wants to hear your fears, your dreams, your heart. The feast is ready, and your seat is completely empty without you. So, why don't we pull up a chair? Sit down, join him at the table. It's going to be a wonderful conversation. In fact, let's look down at what's right in our hand and see what conversation he wants to have with us for this week ahead. So, your thumb, closest to you. Hear God saying your name across the table. Imagine him looking right at you. Again, go back to that person that you thought was so, whoever that star was, that famous person, that inventor, whoever that person that no matter what, you go, oh my gosh, I'd be able to sit at a table with them. And they look you straight in the eye, smiling and pulling out the chair for you. Now, take a few seconds of quiet and tell him, Lord, I'm here. I accept the invitation with a grateful heart to sit with you today. Let's go to the pointer finger. It gives direction. It looks at the abundance before you. On all that table that's been prepared for you, with all that's there. What is it that your soul is starving for this morning? Is it love? Is it worthiness? I think for a lot of us it's acceptance. Is it wisdom? Is it peace? In this quiet moment, go ahead and point to what you need most from this table. And ask him for a generous portion of it. Drink it in. Drink it in. Devour it. Get another heaping full of it. And picture him placing it right in front of you. You don't have to stretch. You don't have to fight someone else to get to it. It's right there in front of you. Go on, take more. Have another sip from that fountain of peace. The worthiness. Feeling that in my spirit today. Worthiness, yes. Drink it up. Devour it, that you are worthy. Because he is worthy. He's the creator of all things. He's created the universe. He's set the stars in motion. Everything. And he's sitting you down and saying, come, dine with me. Come, converse with me. My beloved light messengers, it doesn't get much better than this. So the middle finger. It represents the noise, the distraction, the enemy standing on the perimeter watching you, especially for those that are needing those helping fulls of worthiness. It's the one on the perimeter going, you don't deserve this. You're never going to get there. All that chatter, that doesn't matter. So, using that middle finger, turn your back to that distraction. Go ahead and turn towards and lock eyes with God. And tell him, I'm choosing to look at this feast that you've set before me. For me to get all that I need, all my fill, I'm not giving in to fears. And the ring finger, it represents the commitment and the covenant and the deep relationship. This is where the true intimacy happens. It's not about consumption only, all that we need, the worthiness, the acceptance, the wisdom, the understanding, the compassion, the peace. It's not only that. It's about connection. Connection. What does Papa, what does your Abba want to speak into your identity this week? What does he want to whisper to your heart while you sit across the table from him? Let him gaze at you with total love. Listen to what he wants to tell you about who you are to him. When I was doing this exercise myself this morning outside, he said, my masterpiece. Oh boy. I can't wait to see what he's told you. Can't wait to hear it. He loves you. And the pinky finger, the small shift. That small finger reminds us it's just the littlest adjustment that can lead to a big destination. What's the one tiny step you can take today to stay seated with him at this table all week long? You don't have to keep getting up. You get to stay in that seat with him. Maybe it'll be taking 5 minutes of quiet time tomorrow morning. Maybe it's pausing each time you sit down to eat at a table, that instead of inviting him to bless the food, you acknowledge that he's there with you. Maybe it's every time your stress level gets up here, you breathe and you picture that you're seated there at that beautiful, magnificent table with him. Ask Papa, what's the grace that I need to make that one small shift today? I had an uncle who had a place setting at his table, and it was very ornate. He bought it at in Rome at the Vatican. But to me, it was always a wonderful memory because it was the place of Jesus being at the table. So it had a goblet and it had the silverware and it had this just beautiful ornate plate. And he lived by himself, and he always had that place setting at his table. Maybe that's something you want to do physically to remind yourself that there's a seat always for you at the table. So, fellow light beacons, you've done your activation, you've listened, you've sat in the chair that was saved for you. And as you step out into the rest of this Monday and carry this momentum into the entire week ahead, don't abandon the table. No matter how loud the world gets, remember that you have a reserved seat at a lavish, lovely, luxurious banquet that belongs uniquely to you. And it's always open 24/7, 7 days a week, never closed, especially not on holidays. Now, go back to the place of peace whenever you need it. God has prepared it all. He said it all, and he's sitting there right now, smiling and waiting to share it with you all the time. Thank you for spending your Monday morning with me, and your life matters, your week matters, and your Monday matters. Go out there and pull up your chair and feast on his goodness. Shine your light brighter than ever before, and I'll see you next week. I love you. Let me stop recording.